What is up, everybody? It's an exciting day. It's a crazy day. There's so much going on today. Ah! So, I'm leaving Patreon. Whoop whoop! Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Today, this, by the way, is day 71 of 100 Days of Making Comics. I already worked on my comic for about 20 minutes today, and let's see, it's 11:34 here. We'll see how long I go. I'm only going to be doing this live broadcast for, I don't know, 20-ish minutes. So I want to make sure I see the comments show. Okay, good. So I should be able to see the comments here. So this is what I've been working on. Daisy Ted. Comic strip. I don't know if you guys ever seen these. I don't know if they even have them in the stores or not anymore, but they're like these comic strip ruled out fanboy Bristol board things. Pretty cool. Found it at I think at Michael's. I think it's lunchtime. Excuse me for chewing. So, I'm leaving Patreon. I mentioned this to you guys a couple of videos ago. A while. I can't talk. Burger King. I'm not following my vegan diet today, apparently. So let's see. I gotta draw faces. So I'm leaving Patreon, and it's not because I don't like the service or anything. I actually really think it's a great service. That and Kickstarter I love, and to me they're kind of two of a similar thing, you know. But I don't know. I think it's really cool. Like, Patreon is an awesome service because I feel like it teaches non-marketers how to market, you know, aka artists like you and me. A lot of you guys and gals who watch these are artists, so yeah. It's gonna be hard to talk a little bit here. But yeah, I think it's a really awesome platform. There's a lot you can do. The one thing I always wanted from it that could even get me to come back, maybe, but probably won't, because I think it's just not meant for me. Like, it's not what I want to do. It's not the right fit for me, you know. But I wanted it to have video that, like, you could record straight into Patreon via the phone. And that just wasn't something that I was seeing, you know, being something. So, yeah, I'm leaving it. It's kind of a distraction. It's kind of a guilt thing. Like, I feel like I'm always feeling guilty that I'm not doing what I should be doing, you know. On Patreon, I'm not spending enough time there. You know, people are giving me a little bit of their hard-earned cash, and you know, I've had times where I have done pretty good and I've been on there a lot, but then, you know, people don't even check it out. You know, I had some people checking it out. Jan, if you're out there, you've seen a lot of stuff. I think Ox was watching some of my stuff too, and maybe other people were too, but I didn't know it. But you could kind of tell by the views on the videos and stuff that I posted on there exclusively, you know, that I don't think people were really, you know, into it too much. It's not that it wasn't good content either. It's just not the place people go, you know, to watch stuff. And so I'm gonna be pulling out. I'm gonna be closing it down before the month is officially ended, which So basically, what I want, what you guys need to do if you're interested, if you want to learn a little more on why I'm doing it and all that stuff, and also if you want to read Attack of the Lizard Brain, it's only going to be available for like a day or so, for you guys to watch it, to read Attack of the Lizard Brain. I am going to publish it for free soon, but it's going to be it's released. It's on my website, and it's going to be it's a special link that you can only click through Patreon to find, and you can read the little story I made, the Attack of the Lizard Brain story. I will be publishing it for free soon, for everybody, but that might be weeks, months, I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to get this cover finished up and ready in print and everything. So, but yeah, if you're interested in getting that sneak preview to read the whole little story, check that out. And also, the way to keep up with me, the best way now is going to be, I mean, obviously you can check out my videos and whatnot and social media, but I'm going to start doing, I already have like an email list, but I don't actively do much with it generally, but I'm going to start being active with it. Basically, the stuff that would be on my Patreon for, spending money now is going to be free on my email list. So, yeah, I don't know if you're interested in getting that kind of content, and I'm not gonna, I'm not saying, I don't even know how often I'm gonna do it, but whatever it is that I would have put on Patreon, I definitely am gonna be starting to put exclusively on my email list. So there's gonna be extra content, is the point. And so if you're interested in that, and also you're gonna be notified on special offers and things like that. You'll get to know things early, all the things that would have been part of Patreon, and also just more maybe than what would have been on Patreon. But the thing is I feel like when the Patreon thing, that people are paying, and I feel that pressure, like I need to make content, and it's just like it takes my mind away just enough to make it annoying. And I don't want to not do things. I don't want to like leave people hanging, especially if they're paying. So anyways, I hope you get what I'm saying. And another thing too is I just feel like that's not the way I want to put my stuff out there. Like, I think that we as creators often get caught up in this whole like thing where we're constantly publishing things, and we feel like we need to keep up with this, or we need to do like fan art, or we need to do like all these different things. But we originally got into it because we wanted to make our comic stories, or whatever it is we wanted to do, or we wanted to do our like animated thing or something, or whatever it is, we wanted to write novels, whatever it is that you wanted to do. A lot of times we lose sight of that because there's all these like tips and tactics on how to make a living with your art, and then a lot of times it ends up, you get into things like doing like if you're on YouTube, you might do videos teaching people how to do things, and there's so many things you can do. And I'm not saying I'll never do that kind of thing, but it's just that I want to be able to say no, I don't have to. And to me, I don't want to be like this guy who makes a living. He makes comics, but he makes a living teaching comics, and I don't know, like I'm open to do that sort of thing, but it's got to be like where comics are still the main focus. you know, and where creating these stories and putting these stories. What I want to be is like a Stephen King, and I'm not saying like as famous as Stephen King or anything, or any of these other people I mentioned, like, but I want to be like a Stephen King or like a Robert Kirkman or like, you know, a Todd McFarlane or something, where I have all these different properties out there that are, you know, that people are reading or listening to or watching, depending on, you know, I'm open to, like, you know, movies and TV or whatever, you know, YouTube videos or whatever, other ways of putting out the stories that I love, but comics are at the base for me. Um, so um, you know, that's kind of the model I'm looking for. And if I'm focusing, if I want to do that, but then I feel like I have to, like, make videos teaching people things, you know, to make my living, then my focus is going more to that. And then eventually, do I lose sight of what I originally wanted to do, you know? Do I become like Mr. Holland's Opus or something like that, where, you know, at the end of my life, I haven't actually accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, um, because I had to, you know, buck down and get a real job, you know? Screw that. That's, I love, that movie's a great movie, but it's also like a horror story. Like, that's not what I want my life to be. I didn't get into comics so I could teach people comics, you know, or something like that. You know, I didn't get into all this stuff. I got into it because I want to tell these stories, and I like doing that, you know. And so, as I've been talking about in these videos, you know, I'm finding out what my why is. I'm finding out what my function is, and trying to focus on that instead of all these other things that get in the way. I wasn't, you know, I didn't start this so I could become an internet marketer, you know. Now, that being said, I do believe in learning the business and other different business tactics that can help me get further with what I want to do, you know. But I have to be very careful that I don't get distracted and stop doing the thing that was the main thing, you know. I need to spend most of my time doing that main thing. And I believe in the power of publishing, you know. I believe in that, and that's where I want my focus to be. I want to be publishing with a great amount of, like, with a, at a great rate, I guess, is like, I want to be publishing a lot. I want to be prolific, basically, and I'm actually pretty good at being prolific. You all haven't seen it so much because I've been so unfocused and been, you know, I publish, you know, different things, you know. I've published music and this and that, and the only thing that's caused me to be less prolific is the fact that I keep getting distracted by different things. I can't do that anymore, you know. This is getting ridiculous, and I mean, I've already kind of stopped that, and, you know, one of the natural progressions of me, like, continuing to be on that path is to stop doing Patreon. It's something, and this isn't like this, like, willy-nilly decision that I kind of just came up with now, out of the blue. I've been literally thinking about not doing Patreon, I think, since I started doing my Patreon. I think I wasn't even sure if I should do it originally, but I'm the type of person who, you know, doesn't wait, you know, to see how it works before I start it. I like, it just seemed like too much of a good idea. It made too much sense. It's like Kickstarter. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have run a Kickstarter before, besides the Life in Space anthology. And I actually ran a Kickstarter. The first year Kickstarter was even a company. I looked back recently because it's under a different account. But I made a Kickstarter for the last album that I produced, like the full-length album that I did, and that was in 2005, I think. Wait, is that right? 2005? think so. Yeah, so, you know, I was in it on it at an early stage. Like I don't joke, I don't mess around. Like if there's something that I really believe is a good thing, I'll jump on it quick, you know. I want to be one of the first people, you know. YouTube, I was on YouTube before most of my friends here were on YouTube, you know, that kind of thing as well. I didn't make a huge mark, you know. I did a lot of things wrong. I mean, the fact that I can't focus is has screwed me over a lot, you know. But I'm getting better at the focus thing now, so I think I'm gonna do better. And I know what I'm doing, you know. I have a plan, you know. I have a mission. I think Mike Emirates said something in a comment. He said he's like, "You're a man on a mission," and that was fun to hear. And it's exactly what it is, you know. I totally am a man on a mission. I think I'm gonna stop drawing here because I have to think about what I'm gonna do for the next panel, and I've definitely completed my 30 minutes for the day. So, will I do more today? I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I would like to, but we'll see. But I've definitely done that. So I guess I could show you, right? It's not much different than what I've already showed you. There's just tons of daisies like in these first 3 panels, and they're going to be in the last panel too, sort of. But it's going to be pulled back a little bit. But now where did it go? So this is what I did while I was talking to you. I finished up this panel for the most part. I'll have to do some things to refine it and whatnot, but these are basically ready to ink almost. Once I get this panel done, I'll start. I don't know if I'm going to start inking or if I'm going to move on to the next strip and just do a bunch of strips penciled and then go on to the inking and do a bunch of strips. I kind of like that method, and I think I might go that route. Another thing is I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to hand letter and everything with these. Like I'm tempted to hand letter with these instead of bringing it into Illustrator, so I'm not sure, but I gotta like see. I have to practice some lettering and see if I can actually do it in a way that looks good and not crappy. I've not, like when I did it the last couple times when I did it, I didn't care if it looked amazing, so I just kind of did it. But I want to see if I can make it look like we're like professional or whatever with my hands, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's why I'm kind of done with Patreon. I think I will stay subscribed to some people. If I can stay subscribed at the $1 level, like Kevin Cross, I'm subscribed at the $1. There's a few other people. I can't afford to do too much more than a few people at $1, but so there's some people I'm subscribed for more, and I might have to pull out from some people, unfortunately. Please, if you're watching and if you happen to be watching and you see me pull out, I apologize, and but I just can't afford it, you know. And please don't take it personal. It's literally just I'm only doing like having people who are patrons of me helped pay for the ones that I was patrons of, you know. So now that part's being taken away, you know, I can't afford as many, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, again, if you want to read Attack of the Lizard Brain early before, you know, a month or a few weeks when I finally publish it, or a couple months, I'm not sure when it's going to be out. If you want to read it, jump on over there, get that link. I think it's 6 or 7 pages. Quick read, fun read, and I'd be curious to hear what you guys think. Please let me know. But that link is only going to be live for the next, you know, 24 hours or so, you know, and then, you know, before the end of the month ends, I'm gonna take down my Patreon stuff, and that link will be gone, I think. So anyway, so I'm not trying to like be a jerk or anything, but I figured I didn't want to leave and just be like, oh, you know, screw you guys. I wanted to leave with a little, you know, parting gift, and hopefully you guys dig that. And yeah, again, let me know what you think of Lizard Brain. Let me know what you think about this whole Patreon business and stuff. I'm realizing nobody came and commented, so I might not have put this live public when I first recorded it, so it's gonna go live soon. I guess that gives me a chance to make a thumbnail, or maybe I won't. Who knows? You know, because you guys are watching it and you'll see it. All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next episode. Thanks for checking in. I really appreciate all you guys and gals. And also, again, if you want to follow with the extra Patreon type stuff, check out, go to donkeyjawprojects.com and click, put your email in for the newsletter, and that's where that'll be going. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will talk to you on the next 100 Days of Making Comics tomorrow. Peace out.